Hey everyone, today I'm going to be updating my top 10 movies of 2020, because I have some changes to make here. And obviously, spoiler alert. Starting off, number 10 is The Old Guard. I went into this movie knowing what I read in the Netflix description, and that it's based on comics, and I was pleasantly surprised. The cast is great, especially Charlize Theron.
Shot me. I did. I need you to get back in the car, please.
This isn't real. No, none of this is real.
You haven't figured this out yet. You can't die.
Get up.
Ah! Fuck! Can you please not do that again?
The action is great, and the fact that the heroes can heal means that they can do all sorts of crazy stuff with them, like have them tackle someone out of a window and onto a car. The plot is solid, the movie is a great example of how to do concept, thank you Filmento, and it also tackles strong themes like survivor's guilt and the downside of living a very long life. My score is 4 out of 5. Number 9 is Sputnik. This is a pretty impressive sci-fi horror flick, especially considering it was the director's debut. Sputnik draws some influence from Ridley Scott's Alien, but only as much as it needs. Otherwise, it does its own thing, and I think it works very well. Oksana Akinshina is genuinely great, and the rest of the cast is at least good. The creature effects are top-notch, and I genuinely couldn't tell when the alien was CG, practical, or both. The plot is intriguing, the pacing is excellent, and the musical score is dope. My score is 4.1 out of 5. Number 8 is On the Rocks. This is a rare movie that's not bogged down by unnecessary conflict. See also, Chef. Rashida Jones is delightful, Bill Murray is charismatic, and they have excellent chemistry together.
Does my foot smell funny? Because I was wondering...
We're watching Breaking Bad.
What?
It's really good.
It's a great show. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have seen it. It's great. It's not for kids.
What? Was there something bad on?
No. Yeah. Hey, look, I can shuffle.
Oh, wow, that's great.
We learned that all young girls should know how to shuffle and how to...
Bluff.
Bluff, right. And how do you bluff?
Poker face.
Poker face. Poker face. Poker face. Nice, nice.
Marlon Wayans and Jenny Slate are good, and Sofia Coppola's direction is great as usual. Unlike movies like Suicide Squad where the tones clash, in this movie the dramatic and comedic moments mesh. So, good on them. It all adds up to a fun and charming film. My score is 4.25 out of 5. Number 7 is Happiest Season. Kristen Stewart is adorable. She has come so far since Twilight. Happiest Season isn't just a great LGBT movie, it's a great movie in general. The writing is wonderful, the acting is solid across the board, and the characters are all fleshed out and feel like real people. Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis have excellent chemistry, Aubrey Plaza is her usual delightful self, and Mary Holland absolutely steals the show.
Enough! I put 100 hours into that painting and you just destroyed it like it was nothing. It was something. I am something. And guess what? I like myself. And maybe you all don't because I'm not fancy. But whether you like it or not, I am a part of this family and I will not be left out anymore.
No! Cinematography is good, the music is great, and the emotional moments and character arcs genuinely work.
I just want to go home.
I know. Please, let me say this. You are my family. I mean, you are the love of my life. I was terrible, and I wish that I could undo everything, but I promise you I will make it up to you. I will spend the rest of my life making it up to you. And I won't hurt you like this again. But please, give me another chance. I want to build a life with you. Please. What about your parents? I don't care what they think. I only care about you. If I have you, that's all I need. Be with me.
My score is 4.3 out of 5. My number 6 is The King of Staten Island. Pete Davidson is fucking awesome. This movie is a hilarious and heartwarming get-your-shit-together story, and I love it. Davidson and Bel Powley have strong chemistry, and they play off of each other very well.
Did you come?
Yes. Were you there? Yeah, I did. Cool. Like 6 times.
Awesome.
It was great. Did you?
No, but it's okay. I had fun. I had fun back there.
I feel bad that you never do.
No, I do all the time. I just, I don't put on a Broadway show like you do. I'm more quiet. I'm more like Charlie Chaplin when I come.
Like silent movie.
Silent movie.
Do you think it's the antidepressants?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, if I didn't have the antidepressants, I'd come in like 8 seconds. And then you wouldn't come. And then you'd be depressed. And then you would have to take antidepressants.
Steve Buscemi is there to add a little extra wholesomeness, and it's appropriate since he is a real-life firefighter. And Action Johnson's cameo is hilarious. Also, Pete's real-life sister Casey makes a cameo, so that's fun. This movie handles its themes maturely and intelligently, and it makes the viewing experience that much more satisfying. The plot does wander every now and then, and there are 1 or 2 moments that cross over into cringe territory, but I didn't really mind. My score is 4.4 out of 5. Number 5 is Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. This movie is everything Suicide Squad should have been, and more. It's R-rated, the tone is consistent, and it's actually bright and colorful. And most importantly, the stakes. This movie's conflict isn't some deity trying to conquer, destroy, or colonize the world. It's Harley Quinn breaking up with the Joker and losing her social immunity in the process. This leads to all the people who want to kill her having an opportunity to do so. And it's a lot of people. The cast is great. Margot Robbie is perfect as Harley Quinn. Rosie Perez and Jurnee Smollett-Bell are both great. Ella J. Basco is surprisingly good in her debut role, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead absolutely steals the show.
Follow me!
What? You are so cool.
Ewan McGregor is wonderfully flamboyant and sinister as Black Mask. Chris Messina is great as Victor Zsasz, and those two have great chemistry and are clearly having a blast. The action is well shot, and the editing uses long enough takes that you can tell what's going on. You can see the choreography. Now, there are some instances where the choreography certainly could be better, but it's got more creative choreography than most of the MCU, so that's definitely something. I love the comedy in this movie. There's the running gag where Huntress is trying to make a name for herself, but people keep calling her the crossbow killer. Speaking of which, Huntress is actually a very realistic portrayal of a typical anti-hero out for revenge. She's been raised as a warrior for most of her life, so she's not perfect. She's a badass, she's great at fighting, but she's also really awkward. Like, she doesn't have quips ready at the drop of a hat. She has to practice them in the mirror in what is presumably her hotel room. There's also a bit during the big finale where Harley is off camera for a bit, and when she reappears, she's wearing rollerblades. And one of the others is like, when did she have time for a shoe change? My score is 4.5 out of 5. Number 4 is Spontaneous. This isn't a horror movie, but it has more suspense and tension than most horror movies that I've seen.
Now, let's see maybe if X is 1, and...
Caitlin Ogden was a lot of things, but she wasn't particularly explosive. In any sense of the word. She was the sundress of a person. Cute, airy, inoffensive. Now, she was quickly becoming the Dalton twins' #1 marijuana customer at Covington High, but it's hardly a reason to pop like a zit.
She's all over me!
Spraying all over us.
Spontaneous is a near-perfect amalgamation of an original concept and all the ingredients that it needs to succeed. Catherine Langford of Knives Out fame takes center stage here, and her performance perfectly anchors us in this world's reality. Charlie Plummer and Haley Law are also great. The musical score is great, but not exceptional. The cinematography, on the other hand, is excellent, and the same goes for the editing. Best of all, this movie is hilarious. It's exactly the kind of movie that reminds me why I love dark comedy so much.
So, our beloved government quarantined us in tents, trying to make pills that would keep our blood inside our bodies. It was a blast.
What's your name for the record, please?
Mara Carlisle.
Cox. Steve Cox.
Cole.
Cole what?
Cole wants a lawyer.
How old are you, Becky?
17.
17.
I'm 17. Not for long.
What can you tell me about Caitlin Ogden?
She was hot. I top it.
I was gonna take her to prom.
Tell me about Perry Love.
He was hot. Top that too.
What did you dream about last night?
Donuts.
You can ask my lawyer.
Do you get angry, Becky?
Yeah, I'm angry all the time.
Are you angry right now?
Fuck yeah.
What is it you want to do in college?
Stay alive.
My score is 4.6 out of 5. Number 3 is Love and Monsters. This is exactly the kind of movie we need right now. As the title suggests, this movie is both a love story and a monster movie, and it succeeds at both with flying colors. The characters are fleshed out and well developed, and even the fucking dog has more personality than the main characters in some other movies I've seen. Dylan O'Brien is great, and Jessica Henwick, Michael Rooker, Ariana Greenblatt, and Dan Ewing are all good. The music is good, the action is great, and the practical and digital effects are seamlessly blended together into a variety of monsters, some of which are pure nightmare fuel.
On your way. Okay, now. All good. On your way now. On your way.
My score is 4.7 out of 5. Number 2 is Palm Springs. Kids, this is the story of how your mother met Jake Peralta. Like The Old Guard, I went into this movie knowing very little about it. I basically just read the description on Hulu and decided to check it out. And I have never regretted that decision. Palm Springs is a well-crafted rom-com mixed with a fresh take on the time loop concept. Now, there are 2 people trapped in the time loop, so at least they have each other. Andy Samberg and Kristen Milioti are fantastic. They have great chemistry, their interactions feel very natural, and oh my god, I need to see more of them.
You get one more sentence.
Okay. Even though I pretend not to be, I've realized that I am completely codependent. But I'm cool with it, because I think that life should be shared now. And I need you to survive.
Okay. That's your one sentence.
I need you to survive, comma. But it's so much more than that. Colon. I know you better than anyone knows you. And remember that night when we saw the dinosaurs? You said it yourself, in order to really know a person, you have to see the entire package, the good and the bad. And I've seen your package, and it is excellent, Sarah. Ampersand, you're my favorite person that I've ever met.
J.K. Simmons, Meredith Hagner, Camila Mendez, and Tyler Hoechlin are also good. The humor is consistently funny. I love when Niles says everything Misty is saying as she's saying it, and she's just freaking out. The writing is top-notch, and the fast pacing and 90-minute runtime help make sure that the movie doesn't overstay its welcome. My score is 4.75 out of 5. Finally, my number 1 is The Invisible Man. This movie is a perfect example of how to retell a classic story. Keep the most important aspects, add plenty of new stuff, and update the story for modern times. The acting is solid across the board. The special effects are outstanding. Best of all, it gives us a realistic portrayal of an abusive relationship and the effects that can have even after you get out of it. I personally have never been in an abusive relationship, thankfully, but I have read multiple articles and reviews from abuse survivors, and they all agree that the portrayal in this movie is spot on. And finally, this movie absolutely succeeds at tension. It starts from the opening scene and it doesn't let up until the credits roll. Score is 5 out of 5. That's all for today. Let me know what you think. What are your favorite movies of last year?